Okay, you guys, Jet 888 here. Notice the fog? And did any of you see the short 2 videos that I put out yesterday on the spraying overhead? And yes, the roosters are talking. But see, normally, I'm usually up around 6:30, and it's always been sunny for the last handful of weeks, months actually. And all of a sudden, we had all this spraying. As you can go back and look, though, you can go back and look to see how clear my skies were, and now how overcast it is, like the fog of war. So I had a couple thoughts. I was wondering if with this whole Iran thing, and I just put out that little song that I made, but the singer guy, he wasn't very clear with the words. But anyhow, so wait, where was I? Oh yeah, so I'm thinking of, this reminds me of the fog of war, because I'm here near the Coronado Naval Base here in San Diego, which is a pretty big military town, and they could be a big target. I don't know if Iran can even get stuff over here. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know what their capability is, but this could be also a strategic thing to just like put chaff out there. Is that what's called, chaff? To make it so the radars and stuff can't read rockets or whatever. It kind of helps blind the enemy. But it is significantly cooler this morning, which I'm not complaining because it's been really warm. But it's been very sunny, and all of a sudden, look at that. And again, if you go by, oh my God, you guys, knock it off! I'm doing a video. God, if you go and look yesterday, how clear it was, and the only difference is that all that spraying that occurred. I mean, that thing, they hit us all day long yesterday. There's a little hummingbird. I cut these trees down right here. These are called she oaks, and they've got these little seed pods on them, and I go barefoot all the time, and I'm telling you, they're not very comfortable to walk on, but I just needed to cut down all this. Look at this mess. Look at this huge mess I have. I have to clear this out. So I guess I should be glad that it's sort of cool, because I need to get this cleared out so I can bring my plants back over and get them going. So speaking of plants, gosh, are we upside down? I hate when that happens. These are little carnivora plants. I was going to try to do little carnivoras, or what they called, carnivorous? No, yeah, carnivora plants, so they can eat the little bugs, because we have a lot of flies up front with the horses. So I'm going to wait till these guys get a little older, and then I'll take them up front. But they get really good sun right here when it's not being blocked. These are little sundew plants. I gotta go feed the chickens. I haven't fed them. That's why they're talking so much, I think. Oh God, okay, I totally forgot why I forgot why I was even starting this video. So here, I'm gonna go inside. I'm gonna read you something. This little warmonger that we've got in the White House, I'm gonna read to you something that he wrote, and you may have already seen it. Okay, I'm gonna read this here. Maybe I should highlight the important parts. Maybe that's what I'll do. So hang on a second. Okay, so now the sun's starting to come out, peek out a little bit here, and now it's kind of blinding me, but I'm going to read this, and I'll send you the link in this. So I'm only going to read the first section, and in my music, the little song I just made, in this part of the music where I said it's just violence renamed, I was talking about this executive order on September 5th, 2025. The number is 14347, and restoring the United States Department of War. Now, I think it was Washington, I think he named it the Department of War, and then somewhere along the way, the PC people, I guess, said Department of Defense. But for whatever reason, Trump's feeling the need that he has to rename this to the Department of War to keep this little demon satiated with the bloodlust, I guess. Warmonger. Okay, so it says, by the authority vested in me as President by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, it is hereby ordered. Section 1, Purpose. On August 7th, 1789, 236 years ago, President George Washington signed into law a bill establishing the United States Department of War to oversee the operation and maintenance of military and naval affairs. It was under this name that the Department of War, along with the later formed Department of the Navy, won the War of 1812, World War I and World War II, inspiring awe. Hang on, where am I? Because I have to watch this and take care of my phone. So, inspiring awe and confidence. Is that like the shock and awe? In our nation's military. Okay, hang on. I wonder why they don't, why they're not all excited about their negotiating skills or their, well, he kind of likes himself with his negotiating, but what about negotiating for peace? But anyhow, so inspiring awe and confidence in our nation's military and ensuring freedom and prosperity for all Americans. The founders chose this name to signal our strength and resolve to the world, the Department of War. More than the current Department of Defense, ensures peace. So let me back up. So the name Department of War, more than the current Department of Defense, ensures peace through strength, as it demonstrates our ability and willingness to fight and win wars on behalf of our nation at a moment's notice, not just to defend. So, you know, we want to be able to attack people, not just defend ourselves. We want to be able to attack people. This name sharpens the department's focus on our own national interests and our adversaries. See, now if it's your national interest, anything on your land, you would defend it. You wouldn't go grabbing resources from other people, would you? Well, not in a nice neighborhood, I guess. So the name change here, he says, this name sharpens the department's focus on our national interests and our adversaries' focus on our willingness and availability to wage war to secure what is ours. That would be called defense. To secure what is yours would be called defense, not offense. I have therefore determined that this department should once again be known as the Department of War, and the Secretary should be known as the Secretary of War. Okay, and so I just heard, now I haven't read through this or anything, I only just recently heard, just minutes before I did a video, that Trump is giving Iran an ultimatum to open up the Strait of Hormuz, and or else. So again, he's asserting his authority and violence on these people who he just wiped out some of these people's families, a whole daughters, wives, everything, children. He just murdered these people's families. So I'm not sure if they're really going to be up for negotiating really openly right now. But for him to give an ultimatum, it gives these people more incentive to dig in. And basically it's a big power thing. Like Trump was just threatening Iran that I'm going to hit all your, I don't know, whatever their power, I don't know if it's their natural gas or what, but he's going to hit their power structure. And Iran said, oh yeah, just wait, we have some other things in our back pocket too. So hold on to your hats here and get yourselves gassed up, get your water, and get prepared. Don't panic, but just be prepared and even rested. So I might take a nap today, but I'm going to leave the link here for you. You can read the rest of this. So this was in the Federal Register, Volume 90, number 173, Wednesday, September 10th. So I'm way behind. 2025 presidential documents, and this is the executive order 14347. I find it interesting that he starts talking about the Constitution, but yet he goes and attacks another sovereign country without Congress. Congress hasn't declared war on Iran. This is Trump's war. It's Epstein's war. That's what I did my little video on, just calling it Epstein's war, because I think he is hell-bent to keep people's minds and eyes off of the Epstein files, because I think he's done something really horrible he doesn't want anyone to know about. In fact, I don't really think Epstein's dead, but if he is dead, I'm thinking that someone in the White House is probably responsible for it to keep him quiet. Okay, and just to finish up, because you know how strange I am with this, the gematria, I just want to show you what gematria has on their site here. The United States, Israel, and the original people of Iran. That's nice. They included, look, they're including all of them. That's Iran's flag that they like. So isn't that interesting? That's nice. And the reason why I'm showing you this is because it's March 22nd today. And that's equivalent to God of Israel in the Jewish gematria, March 22nd. If you look at the English gematria, it's 666, and the simple gematria is 111. So if you look at that and flip all that, you can see a little 911 in there. And today, so whatever he does today, I'm just wondering how symbolic it is of gematria. 322 is also that, and it's also that. So these people are acting like bloodlust. It's kind of disturbing to me, but I just thought that was interesting. And that's interesting too. Look, there's CRISPR, there's your Google and their Alphabet Inc. that does stuff with CRISPR. And just to throw this in super quick, because Epstein was really into the eugenics stuff. They don't play that up like they do with the trafficking of such, but he was really into that. But anyhow, here's Alphabet Inc., which is also Google, which is also YouTube, which is the Lawrence Page. Lawrence Edward Page engages with CRISPR gene editing technology primarily through strategic investments and AI-driven research. Alphabet's GV, formerly Google Ventures, has backed firms like Verve Therapeutics, almost like Nerve Therapeutics, Verve Therapeutics, and previously invested in CRISPR Therapeutics. Additionally, was that Isomorphic Labs, founded by Alphabet, utilizes AI for drug discovery intersecting with genetic medicine, kind of like that little NeedIecraft